What's going on? We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. I told you guys I had at least one more video after this one left today. We're going to go for 4. It's a jam-packed day. I'm hearing the Detroit Pistons coaching, head coaching search is nearing the end. And the general manager, a.k.a. president of basketball operations search, is heading to an end. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. And we're going to try to make a final pick and final prediction. Not saying I have any inside knowledge. But who does Motor City Sports Talk, a.k.a. CJ Goodfella, want to see be the Detroit Pistons head coach? Out of the guys they interview, now a lot of guys always ask about Mark Jackson. We did a video in the beginning about Mark. There's been no mentions of him interviewing or being even, courted to be any of the opening job head coach. So, I know he had a messy breakup with the Golden State Warriors. There was some talk about how he was alienating, alienating some of the people in the organization. How he gave superstar special treatment and was rubbing people in the locker room the wrong way and keeping a whole bunch of gossip going on. So maybe that's the reason why he's not getting those opportunities that most of us think he deserves. And Steve Kerr definitely, he enjoyed the fruits of his labor and really nurturing and really grooming that team to be a championship team. And Steve Kerr, definitely put his imprint on the team, but Mark Jackson definitely put the groundwork down on the squad. So, yeah, I just want to get that out of there in the beginning. But it's a lot of good coaches here, man. There's a lot of potential good coaches, man. I don't think Jerry Stackhouse interviewed for the coaching job as well. He was a guy that I was very, very keen on the Pistons potentially giving him an interview. He's rising fast in the G League, and obviously he got a high IQ. You hear him talk on TV. He got a good reputation in the league, and he's a stern guy, man. I like his mentality. I like what he brings to the table, and that's the guy I would have seen. I like to see get a shot, if not for Mark Jackson. But since those two top candidates are off the table, and I like Mike Budenholzer, who went to Milwaukee, he just tripped into a great job there for an Atlanta Hawks, with a team that historically ain't really been trying to spend money in that team and trying to win. So a lot of the top candidates that I would like to see are gone. I like Dwayne Casey as well. We're going to talk about the 5 candidates we had here that we know to interview for the job. And then I'll tell you who I like to see at a job. But Dwayne Casey, he's been there, done that. He got a bad rap with the Raptors, and we'll see how bad of a rap he got next year when they hire a coach that they want in there, and see if he can change the culture and change the energy that Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan has against LeBron James, and that's if LeBron James stays in the Eastern Conference after this final. So, but he's built a young team from the dirt all the way to a great, beautiful plant, a beautiful tree, whatever you want to call it. He's did it from the ground up. He's been there, done that, and he's respected by his peers. Most of his peers voted him as the coach of the year for the Coaches Association, whatever you want to call it. He's a good coach. He's fiery. He got the patience. He waited to get DeRozan and waited for Kyle Lowry. He waited for that team to develop. So he got the patience, and I like that he's been there, done that. Jason Kidd is another guy who had success in this league with certain teams, but it just seemed not to work out for whatever reason it was. He ain't had the creme de la creme of jobs, and like I said, he's built young teams up, but he hasn't built them up to the point that Dwayne Casey has built them up. He was in Brooklyn for a minute. He went to Milwaukee. He really couldn't get Milwaukee over the hump. But he's a smart player. He continues to get jobs because he's a hell of a coach, and he knows the basketball grind day to day. He's a former player as well, and I like Jason Kidd a lot. You go to Kenny the Jet Smith. He talks well on TV, but we know Matt Millen talked well on TV, and he did a horrible job with the Detroit Lions when he got here. So that TV stuff don't mean really nothing in the hindsight. So I really don't know what he brings to the table. Obviously, he wants to be more proactive and get off the TNT show where I think he will be comfortable at, but obviously coaching pays more, and I think he wants to try his turn at coaching. And he seems to be able to break the game down well. He seems to know, what he wants from his team and the personnel. He's a smart guy as well, and I think, he might be in the shotgun seat for this job. I don't know how well he interviewed, but he seems to know the game. And Juwan Howard is another guy. He probably the dark horse of the bunch. He's a guy that's been on the Miami Heat's bench for quite some time. He's a guy that been on the bench even long before his prime was gone. He was older and couldn't play no more. He still had a suit on. He was a veterans guy. He's a player's coach. I bet you that. and I know he knows the game. He's a very, very high character coach. He's not one of those coaches that's going to yell and scream. He's a player coach. He's going to be a really, really calm, personality in a locker room and in the huddle. And he's going to demand respect. I like the way Juwan Howard was upraised. I like that he's been through a lot of trials and tribulations. And, at the first sign of danger or turmoil, he won't flinch. And we know that about his character and his upbringing. John Beilein, I'm selfish. I want him to stay at Michigan. I'm not sure he got the offense or the capabilities to really coach on this level. I'm sorry. I don't know if the adjustments that he make at the pro level, he can't use that offense that he used in Michigan and expect to work the NBA. And I think he knows that. I think he knows he makes subtle adjustments. The rules are different. He ain't got to deal with zones. I think he could make the adjustment, though. He preaches good defense. I think he's another guy that could demand the respect from men. That won't be an issue. John Beilein's a very respectable guy, good background guy. He could demand that respect. He won't be pushed over, and he won't have to be irate and get belligerent with people as well. And I like what he brings, but ultimately, you know what, man? Who I want to be the head coach? You know what? I'm going to go with a sleeper. I want Juwan Howard to get this job. I want Juwan Howard to be the head coach. His son with the UAD. Like I said, he got the unflappable personality, unflappable story. I'm pretty sure he knows the game. I think he was the first $100 million player in the NBA to get a $100 million contract. And I believe in him. I'm not saying he's going to get the job, but I think he'll do the best job out of the bunch, and that's my opinion. I just know a lot about Juwan Howard. I know he's a smart player. They called him the technician on the block. He's old school, and he got a mixture of infusion. He's a Pat Riley disciple, and those guys usually do really, really good. Jeff Van Gundy, Eric Spoelstra, and I'm going to go from the Pat Riley tree, and I'm going to go in David Finsdale. I'm going to go with Juwan Howard. That's who I want to get the job. We gone.